Hey there everyone, thank you for joining me for Wilderness Wednesdays for San Bernardino County Regional Parks. My name is Silly Ranger Steven, and today our craft project is going to be the bird. So with the bird project, there's going to be a couple of things that you will need to have, okay? In nature, birds aren't always black and brown and white and blending in and boring, but they're colorful. You can see them everywhere. They're meant to pop out, right? To get attention. So for your bird, choose some bright colors. For my wing today, for my bird, as you can see the black wing here, today I chose blue, right? It's a nice great color. For the body, you're going to need a couple of pages of whatever color you choose. For me today, it's going to be orange. The body's going to take up the majority of the space for your project, so this is where you need the most paper for. So orange is my paper. You're going to need a couple of scrap pieces of white and also a scrap piece of yellow or orange for the beak and for the legs. Other things besides paper, you might need some string or some twine, glue stick, a stapler, a black marker, some scissors. If you don't have a stapler, you can use some tape, but it might not stick and it might not hold. So I'm using that stapler to make sure my craft lasts for a long time. So, starting out, we're going to do a lot of folding today for this bird. There's a lot of ripples in this thing. It's meant to be wild and crazy, to be seen by a lot of other birds in nature, to say, hey, that guy's real cool. I want to be like him. So, get your fingers loosened up, get ready, because here we go. Folding time. Fold number one, you're going to go hamburger style, right? So looking at the normal piece of paper here, you're going to go longwise and fold it in half just like that. Just like you would be eating a hamburger, right? You're going to do that 2 times and once more, just to be safe. So that's 3 folds hamburger style, and you should have a long piece of paper like that. We're going to open this back up. You should have some nice good folds in there. It doesn't matter if they're straight or not. Nothing's perfect. Birds aren't perfect. Everything's meant to be just like you want it to be. And we're going to fold it the opposite way this time, right? So you're going to have a long piece of paper. We're going to fold it up just like this, right? So with each one of these folds in the paper originally that we had made the first time, you're going to fold half of those folds, right? And of course, I'm going to help you guys out, guys. So here we go. So fold it in half this way, flip your paper over, and fold it halfway between the big lines and the small lines. Flip it again, and we're just going to fold it all the way just like that, way up to the top.
That was a lot of folding, but once you're done, your paper should look like this, right? When you collapse it down, kind of like an accordion, this is gonna make the main portion of our bird or its body, right? So like I said, when we first started, those 2 papers, the orange of my body, I'm gonna have to do this 2 times, okay? So remember, loosen up your fingers, don't get so stressed. You can always press pause on this video if I'm going too fast for you. My fingers are cramping, I am tired, but we are done here, right? We got 2 different pieces here, 1 piece for half the body, the other half for the other half, and we're gonna put those together. And I'm gonna use my string here. Like I said before, my string, I cut a piece out. I'm gonna go ahead and tie that right in the middle, okay? Just like this, okay? Make sure you tie it nice and tight, right? You don't want these 2 pieces coming apart from each other, because then your bird would be going all over the place, all crazy and wild, just like me. Alright, so now we have these 2 pieces all tied together. They're nice and together just like that. We're going to take both ends of our ties here. This looks like a bow tie. You're going to put them up just like this and use your stapler or your glue stick to staple them together just like that to make the main portion of the bird its whole body. Alright guys, so when you're done stapling or when you're done gluing, you should have a full circle of paper just like that to make up the main portion of the bird, the bright part of the bird, so you can see it from all angles and from everywhere. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some legs onto this bird. You're going to take some of your yellow scraps pieces of paper and you're going to grab your scissors and you're going to cut up 2 strips for the legs all the way up to the top of your piece of paper. Just like that. And what we're gonna do, some more folding. I know what you're thinking, you're pretty tired, but we're almost done with the folding. You're gonna take these pieces of paper and you're gonna fold them up all the way to the top. Roll them just like a fruit roll-up would be. All the way up like that. So when you unravel them, we have long, slinky-like legs, right? You're gonna do that with both of these guys here. Alright, once you're done folding up your legs should look just like that. Nice and slinky-like. Looks like they're about to walk off the table. Alright, when putting your legs on your bird, it doesn't matter where you put them, just as long as you're at the bottom half of the bird. So when the bird's wanting to walk away, it can walk one after the other and not trip over its legs when he's walking there. So I'm again going to use my stapler here just to make sure my craft stays together so I can bring it home to see my family so they can look at it and think, that's a mighty nice bird you got there, silly Steven. So my legs are on just like that. The other thing that you want to use your yellow piece of paper for, your scrap paper here, is for the beak and for his feet. Because we can't walk on pogo sticks all day. That would be tiring and that would take forever to get wherever you wanted to go. So you just cut out a notch just like that out of your paper. Just a nice little square right there, a little triangle actually. And what we're going to do, you're going to put it on the front side of your bird just like that, coming off the front of it. Give him a nice little staple there. And there's your nose, just like that. For your feet, you're gonna wanna cut out a couple of different little shapes here. Just like that. It could look like duck's feet, kind of like mine do. It could look like my feet. It could look like your feet. Your feet could look like whatever they would want to. They could have claws on them. They could be really long or really short. Just as long as your bird has feet to walk around on, your bird will be happy to walk around. So you take your feet here and your stapler and you staple them down to the lower half of the legs here. So this bird has some new shoes to walk around with, all happy and go lucky. Just like that. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, how's your bird gonna walk around the evening for if you can't see where he's walking, right? You can't walk around without your vision. He needs an eye. So with your white piece of scratch paper here, just cut out a circle and use your marker to draw a pupil, just like that. And same thing with the nose there. You pick a spot where you would like your bird's eye to be. You take your stapler or your glue gun and you staple that right on there. Just like that. Nice and easy. But these birds just don't walk around. They like to fly. They like to transfer from one place to another, one tree to another, from there to there, and there to here, and there to there. But he can't do that without his wings, right? He needs his wings. Like I said, that blue piece of paper for his bright, vibrant wings. I just so happen to have one right here. With these wings, you want to make sure you staple it on there in the middle of his body, covering up the center hole there, so where your string is at, and you just want to put it somewhere around there, right? With your stapler, with your glue gun, just to make sure that your bird has enough fly space to get around and move wherever he needs to go. And just like that, guys, this is our bird.